Aloha, beloveds! I'm coming on here with something big I have to share and announce. We launched one of our biggest dreams, and it's called the SARASWATI SEVA Project. The purpose of this project is to support and empower women all around the world, and it's taking root here in Bali, Indonesia. It's been such an amazing experience to make Bali our home and to be here for the past 3.5 years and experience firsthand the beauty of this island. I think most people think of the temples and the spirit of aloha and all of the smiles, which is true. All of that is here. However, what most people are not aware of that we have become keenly aware of are the very, very heartbreaking challenges that so many of the women face here living in a patriarchal society. Also being here the last few years, we have had the amazing experience of being able to support a handful of these women and to ask them and to really be in enough conversation with them to learn from them what it is that they need, what it is that can make the biggest difference for them in their lives. We can't change the society, but what we can do, what we have been doing, is creating safe spaces for women to come and learn some practices and tools to help them to navigate these stressful lives in, at the very least, in a more empowered way, in a way where they can regulate their stress system and feel more joy and more purpose on a day-to-day basis. So because of the success that we've had so far, we've decided to take this project to the next level, and we have officially launched a GoFundMe campaign to start raising funds, and the funds have already been starting to pour in. Thank you so much for two specific things. You can read more about the details of what the women go through and the details of what we're raising funds for in the link in my bio or the link below. But at a high level, while the bigger umbrella of what we're up to is supporting women, right now, inside of this pandemic and these extended lockdowns, there's actually a more pressing problem and challenge here. And that is that there are so many women, so many people just struggling to feed their families, struggling to put food on the table. Bali, before the pandemic, over 80% of the economy was based on tourism. So you can imagine what the impact has been. And just when things were starting to open back up a couple of months ago, they issued another lockdown and continued to extend it. And we're in lockdown right now. And we are saddened by learning that they aren't getting, the families are not getting the support from the government that they were receiving last year. And so one of the first things that we're going to do with the funds that we're raising is we are going to convert part of our land in the village, or the Banjar of Badulu, into a garden, a community garden. So excited for this. And we have a woman who is part of this project that we're partnering with. Her name is Ibu Ani, a beautiful woman with 3 children who is excited to partner with us in helping to feed her village, and not only feed the village, but also bring in some education to help the people of the village to learn how to not just grow food, but to learn how to grow clean food. So this is one of the projects that we are launching, and then in parallel, we are also starting to build, and one of the structures that we are excited to build first is a space that is dedicated for the other aspects of education, for women to come together and at the very least have a space where they feel safe to share what is really going on with their lives and what kind of help they really need. A lot of times these women have no one to talk to, And so that's one of the beautiful things that we've experienced in just creating these spaces, except now we need a dedicated space. And so inside of this will also serve as a shala and kind of a temple that is dedicated to not only focusing on educational programs for feminine wellness, and also on awakening that innate feminine wisdom, but also a temple dedicated to honoring, to honoring of the feminine. Even though there are hundreds of thousands of temples here in Bali, I don't know if there's a single temple, not even one, correct me if I'm wrong, that is actually dedicated to honoring the beauty and the power and the divinity and the sacredness of the feminine. I'm going to stop here. Thank you so much for tuning in. If any part of this speaks to you, inspires you, please go to the link to learn more. And you can support us, you can support all of these women by sharing this link. And many hands make light work. If you can donate, that would be amazing. Every little bit counts. And for those of you who have already donated, we are so grateful to see this already gaining some momentum. But the biggest thing that we need right now is help in spreading the word about this. You can even help spread the word just by simply tagging all of your friends, as many as you can, in the comments below. And you can hold this wish and hold this vision with me of birthing and creating a world that I know we all want to live in. So much aloha from Bali.